Hello and welcome to Polynomials Unit 7 for Algebra Honors. This is Day 9 warm-up. So the first thing we're going to do is factor and simplify some polynomials. So of course try these on your own, and if you need some reminders you can pop back over to the video. So you can pause, try them on your own. Alright, I'm going to factor the polynomials. Always check first to see if you have a greatest common factor that you can pull out. So x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x minus 10, I don't see anything to pull out. I do notice this is 4 terms though, and so I feel like I probably will do this one by grouping. So I'm going to group the first 2 terms and the second 2 terms. Remember, if it's not given to you in standard form or descending order by your exponents, rearrange it first. This one came to us the right way, so we're going to pull out x squared, and we're left with x minus 2. And here I'm going to pull out 5, and I'm going to be left with x minus 2. So I can see I have x minus 2 in common there, so I will pull x minus 2, and I'm left with x squared plus 5. Okay. You can always multiply that back out using FOIL or distributive property or the box method to make sure that you get your initial polynomial. 49x cubed plus 35x squared minus 42x minus 30. It was almost going to be 7, but I can't pull 7 out of everything. I can't pull 6 out of everything, and I can't pull x. So we're just going to go straight to the grouping. Okay, so I can pull 7x squared out of the first 2 terms, and I'm left with 7x plus 5. I'm going to take negative 6 out of the next 2 terms here, and so I'm left with 7x, negative 30 divided by negative 6 is plus 5. Okay. Usually if you're starting with a negative term, you're usually going to pull a negative out. All right, here I see that I have 7x plus 5 in common, and I'm left with 7x squared minus 6, excuse me. So that will be my answer. Okay, x squared minus 64. It's a binomial, so one of the things I look for with a binomial is it a difference of squares? And it is, right? First term is a perfect square, last term is a perfect square, and this is a difference subtraction. So I know my answer is going to be, take the square root of the first term and the square root of the last term. I'm going to have x plus 8 times x minus 8. Remember, this is the way that we end up getting rid of our middle term. So if I multiply that out, I can prove to myself that I have x squared minus 8x plus 8x, those go away, minus 64. That's my check. Okay. All right. Number 4, I look and see that I can pull out a greatest common factor. I'm going to pull out a 2 from each of those. So I'll have 2 times 2x squared minus 3x minus 20. Okay, so now I need 2 numbers that multiply to give me negative 40, because a times c, and they have to add up to give me negative 3. 8 times 5 is 40, so if I say negative 8 times positive 5, that's negative 40. Negative 8 plus 5 is negative 3. So those are my magic numbers. I'm going to use the box method because that's my preference, and so using the box method, I put in 2x squared in the top left, I put in negative 20 in the bottom right, and then I use my magic numbers. So I have negative 8x and I have 5x. Okay, pulling from the top I can get an x. Pulling from the top here I have to grab negative, right, because I'm looking into a negative box, so I have negative 4. Left to right I can take out 2x, and left to right here I can take out 5. So this trinomial is x minus 4 times 2x plus 5. Keep my 2 on the outside, right? And now instead of this trinomial, I'm going to put x minus 4. I got that from here, x minus 4, and I have 2x plus 5 as my other binomial. If you want to check your work here, multiply your binomials first, and then distribute that 2 back out. Okay. So, also for warm-ups, we're going to perform the indicated operations. So always look, are you adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? Because sometimes you're working quickly and you miss that. For example, here we are subtracting. We take this binomial minus all of the information there. So just be careful. All right, and then once you have your answers, please put them in standard form. If I have this whole trinomial divided by x, I know x is going into every single term in the numerator. So 7x cubed divided by x is 7x squared. 4x squared divided by x is 4x. 2x divided by x is 2. So that's my answer. It did not ask me to factor, right? I'm just simplifying a fraction. Right over here, I'm going to be combining like terms, but since I'm subtracting everything in this trinomial, I'm going to go ahead and distribute that negative sign. So bring down 6x squared minus 5x, that didn't change, but I'm going to have negative 4x squared. Negative times negative 3x is positive 3x. Negative times 4 is negative 4. So now I'm looking for like terms so that I can combine like terms. So I have 6x squared and negative 4x squared. Don't lose your negatives. That's 2x squared. I have negative 5x and positive 3x. Negative 5 and 3 is negative 2x minus 4. So that should be my answer. And again, I was not asked to factor. I was just asked to simplify. Right? All right. 2m minus 3 times 6m plus 1. You can use any method you like. I will say FOIL. So first is going to be 2m times 6m is 12m squared. Outer is 2m times 1, so that's 2m. Inner is negative 18m, because that's negative 3 times 6 times m. And last is negative 3. Since I have like terms that I can combine, I'm going to rewrite that as 12m squared minus 16m minus 3. You could have used box method or distributive property there also. I used FOIL. Okay, and my last problem here. I have 3 terms in the numerator. Every single term is going to get divided by that denominator. So 6x cubed over 3x. 6 divided by 3 is 2. X cubed divided by x is x squared. Negative 15x squared divided by 3x. Negative 15 divided by 3 is negative 5. X squared divided by x is x. And negative 3x divided by 3x is just negative 1. All right, so that should do it. Thanks for watching.